Yo, 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 welcome back to the fifth round. As always, myself, Steven Moustaris. And man, I just wanted to talk about a quick video just about recent news out of Bellator MMA. For those of you that don't know, MVP or Michael Venom Page, uh, he's one of the more awkward, or at least more wild and more entertaining styles I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude's clearly, he's just always in a karate stance, hands down. He's got one of the fastest hip reflexes I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude can just throw his legs up quicker than, it almost seems like, not the, we're gonna go into this, but it's almost like a lot like a Stephen Wonderboy Thompson or a Yair Rodriguez for the younger, or for not younger, but the smaller weight classes. Like, he's a 170 pounder, really tall, really thin, but I mean, he's like 19-1 over there, and he's a fucking eater. But he's talked about how much he loves Bellator and whatnot, but he really wants to test himself in the UFC and see how he really stacks up. And to the average MMA fan, or to any fan of any sport that knows like the hustle and the grind, like AAA players in baseball, or the G League players in basketball, or anything that you could be in, like, that's just right under that professional, like, or like the most popular level, where you're talking the NBA, MLB, NFL, UFC, all these, we're like, yeah, of course that fighter's gonna probably, or any of these athletes are gonna, of course, want to be at the pinnacle, be at the peak of it, and really test their skills. And normally, yeah, I wouldn't even pay this attention, but I've been calling this for, just for myself. I've been wanting to see, like Michael Venom Page go over to the UFC for a very long time now. And it's tough because if you really, really look at it, out of the 20 fights he's been in, 19-1, he's only fought four max, I would say four max fighters that, and they're honestly questionable. And it's probably really only one top tier fighter that he's actually fought. And like, the list is like Paul Daly, Douglas Lima, who is definitely the one that because Paul Daly's been old, he's been around forever. It was a really boring fight, so it's like, I don't know if I want to call it elite status, but Douglas Lima is no slouch, absolute fucking eater. We've all seen the leg kick and fucking uppercut knockout. It's pretty nasty. And then his recent fight against Derek Anderson, who we've seen him throw that quick up kick and fucking blast a dude's nose off, and then it was called after the round. So it's really difficult, because I really want to see him fight a Wonderboy Thompson. I've been calling it for years. I would love to see the 34-year-old Michael Venom Page fight the 38-year-old Stephen Thompson and see who's really got the best karate stance and the best kicks and whatnot. And although Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's been proving himself for decades, it feels like now, it's like, so he's definitely got the rep. He's going to be a huge favorite. But if you have seen Michael Venom Page, he is very, very interesting and very awkward for fighters. And I don't think, and even with the Douglas Lima fight, that was for sure his only, like, if you're going to argue the other two, maybe even the other three he's fought, then that one right there is for sure one that you cannot argue that's not a legit fighter, because Douglas Lima is a killer. He'd probably come over and give Kamaru Usman every bit of trouble he's ever had in his life. So he might even be favored over him, honestly, now that I think about it. But it's like, it's just tough, because Michael Venom Page with Bellator especially, they've been using this man like, I honestly can't even describe it. Like, usually you'll hear, like, boxers, that's the perfect analogy right now, or perfect blend. You got the comparison between a Michael Venom Page and Bellator, and your prize boxers who don't end up fighting top tier people who they should be fighting to like 30-0 or 25-0 or 20-0 in boxing. And it's what it seems like a lot with Michael Venom Page with Bellator. They're just giving him no-namers who are just, no offense, but it's my Uncle Tom, just hopping off the fucking couch, and that's what it looks like, at least. And they're just, hey, go fight this dude, go fight this tarantula, and it never works out well. So that's like the only argument that I would give against a Michael Venom Page for this. But I don't know, man. I think that's something Dana White would really love. I know he hasn't been the biggest fan of signing Bellator people or anybody else from other organizations unless like they really make a splash. But after the Justin Gaethjes of the world and the Michael Chandlers, like, I don't see why he would be mad at all about picking him up. And I know he's only got like a fight or two left with Bellator, so it could be something very interesting. And it's not that many people that I want to see him fight, because I think a lot of the guys, like the Gilbert Burns out there, even the Damian Maias, Kamaru Usmans, a lot of these guys are going to take him down and really give him some trouble, most likely. Now he's very awkward, and he can knock out any single one of these guys. I'm a firm believer of that, but it is a tough pitch right now just because of his record and just who he's fought. But I love it. I really do. I really would love to see the Stephen Thompson versus the Michael Venom page. But hey, this has been the 5th round as always. Myself, Stephen Moustaris, and I really appreciate it.